As a fallen people, our flesh almost seems to consume. As a fallen people, our flesh almost seems to come with sin embedded in it, like a gene spiraling in our DNA, corrupting us from the inside out. This is considered the norm these days, and that gives us a pretty good excuse to continue in our addictively blind sense of wrongful activity. Our father's father, being a bank robber, turned the family business into jail time, and our grandmother started a tradition of being beaten by drunks. The deeper we dive into this harsh environment, growing in its sick atmosphere, the more we all catch its common criminal cold. Though redeemed by the grace of God, even in the depth of our perverse pits, still we are so wrongly convinced that change is only what we beg for on the curb of life. Often I am asked, when in discussion of my past vices, if I find relapse possible, and the answer always gets a look of disbelief. For me to relapse is improbable simply because I am no longer the boy of my youth, but a changed man of God. And this look in the eyes of my critics is the days of our lost generation's lack of knowledge. But you find this conversion made very evident in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, where it states that when I was a child, I talked and thought as a child. I reasoned as a child reasons. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. Albert Einstein continues this affirmation in saying that we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. This implies that we can overcome obstacles, but only once we emerge from the level at which we have invested ourselves into these very problems. Our repudiated hope of being made anew is established stronger than ever by the growing multitude of evidently unchanging people, and the more this becomes the example, the less belief there is toward this revision of our humanity. The ambition towards optimism is in ever more need of exploration, and there is a high demand for the confirmation of consecration and this lack of sanctity we find circulating our globe. The truth of the matter is that in despite of the published facade and its faithless disposition, there is a definite ability of deviation from our fallen nature. Thank you and God bless.